Okay, two things. First, not an orange person. Really shitty fucking lighting. See, I'll prove it. So, natural lighting from my backyard, right? Check this out. I am the most pale fucking person, like, in the history of people. So, yeah, I probably am a vampire. Don't really have any orange to me. It's not that I'm wearing a bunch of orange makeup and being some kind of freak. It is legitimately that my lighting sucks. See? Now I look like a fucking orange person again. Okay. Number 2. I don't even know if I should actually fucking tell this story. It's so crazy. I think if I tell, I'm kind of worried if I tell this story and anyone sees it, I might never work in my industry again. Fuck it. Honestly, life is too short, and I think that the more self-deprecating and honest we are about shit, the better. So, I'm going to tell the story. All right. So, I don't know if you guys, I mentioned in the past that what I do for a living is that I'm a personal caregiver. I don't know if any of you guys have been to assisted living facilities before for elderly people, but there's like a communal living room, and then there's their individual rooms with, you know, which is basically just a bedroom with a bathroom. And then there's the communal dining room where they eat all their meals. And I'm the one who serves all the meals, does all the bedding, you know, does the toileting, clean their assholes. Yes, I cleaned grandma's fucking asshole so you don't have to. So you're fucking welcome, because guess what? That's not exactly a fun chore. Anywho, I love my residents, but sometimes I'm having a rough day, and it's really hard when you have 13 elderly people that you're caring for by yourself to just be super, you know, super friendly. And yes, there are a few that I can kind of like swear just to make them laugh. Like, for instance, I had a resident who was a stroke victim, and I loved her so fucking much because she was so funny. Oh my God. Funniest person in the world. And don't worry, I say was because I'm not working at that facility anymore. She didn't die. God, fuck, I hope she didn't die. Hang on, I'll be right back. I need to make a phone call. Okay, so she's alive and well, but made me laugh so hard because stroke victims sometimes can't feel certain parts of their bodies, and could rarely tell when they're going to the bathroom, when they're shitting themselves or pissing themselves. It's just a fact of life, and it's something that, in my estimation, we could all be in that position someday, so you probably shouldn't talk shit or make fun. Well, that's not true. You should make fun because everything's funny. But I don't look at them as any less of a person or anything because of it. Anyways. So she's wheelchair bound, obviously. You know, she's an assistant. So I get her out of her chair and into her wheelchair, and I take her into the bathroom. And as I'm getting her on the toilet, she shits on me. You know, I have to stand her up with her holding a bar, get her pants, and get the adult diaper, whatever the fuck they call them, the incontinence assistance. Man, it's a fucking diaper. Get the adult diaper off her, and as I'm transferring her to the toilet, she shits on me and on the floor, and she's just horrified. And she looks down. She's like, oh no. I mean, she was heartbroken because she's like, I can't, you know, I care about you. I don't want you to have to do this. And I feel like a dick for, I mean, of course you can't communicate all this, but I know her very well at this point. And I'm like, so I just look up at her and I was like, shit happens. And she lost her fucking mind laughing. It was great. That is what being a fucking caregiver is about. Anyways, sorry, point of contention with me, because the fucking state says you actually should not become attached to these. It's like, oh no, keep a professional distance. Are you fucking kidding me? If you care for a bunch of elderly people and that is the majority of your day, and you don't become emotionally involved and you don't become attached to these people and love them, then you're a fucking piece of shit with no soul. And you probably shouldn't be a caregiver in the first place. So fuck the state. You know what? They can suck my dick. So back to my story. No matter how much I love my residents, my job is difficult, to say the least. In order to get through my day with a sense of humor and a smile on my face, sometimes I will have a Bluetooth on and I will be listening to comedy podcasts because I love stand-up comedies or I love stand-up comedy, the whole genre, and I love listening to stand-up comedians, especially when they get together. Like my favorite Rogan podcasts are the ones where him, Ari Shaffir, fucking Tom Segura, and Bert Kreischer are all on together. Joey Diaz fucking around, laughing their fucking asses off. Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm a huge stand-up comedy fan. Like, obsessive. I watch it way too much. There are times when my husband's like, fucking stop with the stand-up already. I can't do another stand-up right now. And I'm just like, but I want to watch this. I'm obsessed with stand-up. So I listen to stand-up comedy special. This is so fucking bad, you guys. I listen to stand-up comedy in my earpiece. So one morning, all 13 residents are seated in the dining room, ready to be served breakfast. I've already have their coffee poured, their drinks poured, their juices, their coffee. We're all good. I'd already gone and gotten because there's like a main kitchen where they cook all the meals, and you have a cart with enough food for all your people, blah, 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 and you serve it. So I had already gone and gotten the cart. And I'm listening to a podcast, and I'm listening to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts' podcast, and they're talking to Ari Shaffir and Anthony Cumia. Actually, I think Ari might have been the only one on at that point. I don't remember, but they're talking about, they're discussing after Sam's wedding how, no. It might have just been Anthony at that point. Anthony and Anthony and Jim are talking about how after Sam's wedding, they were fucking a couple chicks in the limousine, and Anthony was fucking one of the chicks in the limousine. Jim was trying to recall whether he had eaten her pussy or she had sucked his dick. He couldn't quite remember. Just stuff that normal chicks listen to during their workday. Okay, so as I'm serving breakfast and I'm listening to this in my ear, I'm listening to it on my Bluetooth, right? I realize that I'm out of brown sugar, which the first thing I serve is oatmeal, but everybody takes brown sugar in it with milk. And I had very, very particular residents and a lot of them. So I was like, shit, I have to run back to the kitchen really quick to get brown sugar. Normally my cell phone is in the pocket of my scrubs, the front pocket of my scrubs. In this case, however, it was about to die, so I had it plugged in on the kitchen counter in the dining room. Now, I don't know how your guys' Bluetooth work, but my Bluetooth, when I get far enough away from my cell phone, instead of pausing whatever I'm listening to, it just disconnects from my Bluetooth and blasts out of the speakers of my cell phone on the highest volume possible. So I go to the kitchen to get brown sugar, and I come back, and what I see are 13 elderly residents. No one saying a fucking word to each other, seated around 4 tables in the dining room like this. So after a moment, after just momentary confusion, like, what the fuck's wrong with everybody in my head? I hear these actual words coming from Jim Norton's voice out of my cell phone where the speakers were on full volume in the kitchen right next to the people I was serving breakfast to. In the book, Sonny had an abnormally large cock. So his wife knew that the woman, this other woman, had an abnormally large pussy, and that's why they were fucking in the bathroom. Those are words I hear when I walk back into the fucking dining room. And these 13 elderly people, fucking World War II vets, oh Jesus fucking Christ. So what would you guys have done? That's my question. This is actually my fucking life. This is my life. I am so goddamn inappropriate and awkward and weird in real life. It actually causes like social issues. What would you guys have done? I want to learn to be a normal person, and I need your help. So let me know what you would have done in the comments below. Love you guys.